All right, check 1-2 for the live stream. Check 1-2.
This game's about to be a good one.
Yes, sir, it is.
I hope so, at least.
We're coming to you live from the McPherson Academic and Athletic Complex here on the beautiful campus of the University of Mount Union. You are tuned in to Mount Union Purple Raider women's basketball here on both the live stream and 91.1 WRMU. We have a great one here for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as your Purple Raiders play host to the Marietta Pioneers. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Bitar. Alongside me, as always, is my partner, Brennan Kearns. And Brennan, the Raiders are coming into this one losers of their past 4 games. They're coming in with a 4-game losing streak. How important will it be for the Raiders to get back on the winning track here as we really get into the stretch run of the season?
Oh, it's pretty important for them to get back on track, especially if they're looking at a shot at the OAC tournament. A tough opponent tonight, Baldwin Wallace, or not correct, but they're just a very, very solid team. A lot of points they score off the bench, and Mount Union really needs to do something very important against Marietta if they want to do something and establish that they can really play in this OAC. Marietta number 19 in the country, top 2 team in the conference, so they have a deep scoring bench. Mount Union is going to have to pull a lot of tricks out of their bench as well, and a very important game scheme by coach here to beat this team.
Yeah, that's for sure. As we'll take a look at it here now, the Marietta Pioneers come into tonight's matchup at 15-6 overall, 10-4 in OAC play on the season. They're coming in after a big victory on Saturday at John Carroll, where they defeated the Blue Streaks by a score of 75-66. In that game, Olivia Gribble led the way with 15 points, while Devin Hefner had 11 points and 11 rebounds off the bench, as the team overall finished with 54 bench points in their win and held the Blue Streaks to just 29% shooting from the floor. Brennan, what are some stats to really look out for here today and some players to look out for the Pioneers?
Well, a pretty solid three-point shooting team, which I think the Purple Raiders tend to struggle with in the perimeter defense, so that'll be something big. But at the same time, they have 3 leading scorers, Olivia Gribble, Devin Hefner, and Aaron Hahn, all almost 10-point per game scores. And then we were talking earlier about that, how deep that bench can score, 54 points the other night, and a big win against John Carroll. So something to really look out for is how well that this team substitutes and how much you can keep their main scorers off the floor in an attempt to not get outscored, because this Mount team has struggled, only scoring 61 points a game, but letting up almost 67 points per game. So something to look out for is how well we're going to see them play on the defensive end tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. We'll now take a look at your Mount Union Purple Raiders, who come into tonight's matchup 6-15 overall, 3-11 in OAC play. Like how we mentioned, riding that 4-game losing streak right now, trying to get back on their winning ways. Their most recent outing was a 72-53 loss at Wilmington, where Haley Haywood led the way with a career-high 16 points in the loss, while McKinnon finished with 10 points as the team shot just 25% overall from the floor. Gretchen Koken, Mount Union's leading rebounder and co-leading scorer on the season, is out tonight with an injury. So, BK, who else can we look out for here tonight for the Purple Raiders?
Well, obviously a really big loss, but we're looking at Emma Ken and Allie Hudick to step up here offensively. But something that really stands out to me the other night, getting outscored 42-20 in the paint. That's really a really big statistic, because those are very high percentage shots that go in a lot of times, and shots you're going to take quite a bit. So as I'm looking at this from an offensive perspective, we need Allie Hudick. We need Emma Kennan to step in place of Gretchen. She's a big scorer, a big rebounder. So I think we're going to see a lot more starter play tonight, not a whole lot of bench rolls, to try to secure this victory from the Purple Raiders tonight.
That's for sure. The Raiders will need some players to step up in a big way here tonight if they want to snap that losing streak. We'll take a short break here on both 91.1 WRMU and the women's basketball live stream for the national anthem, then be back for starting lineups here momentarily. And we are back here on the women's basketball live stream at 91.1 WRMU, getting you all set for tonight's matchup between your Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Marietta Pioneers. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here tonight. First for the visiting Pioneers, who are led by head coach Cole Vivian in the 7th season at the helm at Marietta. And their starting lineup consists of the senior forward from Middlefield, Ohio, number 3, Camille Cummins, the junior guard from Centerburg, Ohio, number 22, Madison Cecil, the junior forward from Powell, Ohio, number 25, Kelly Levering, the sophomore guard from Guysville, Ohio, number 32, Paige Tolson, and lastly, rounding out that starting 5 for the Marietta Pioneers is the local product, number 34, Hannah Croft, the junior forward from Marietta, Ohio. And now we'll take a look at the starting lineup here tonight for your Purple Raiders. They, as always, are led by head coach Susie Vanette, who's in her 18th season at the helm here at the University of Mount Union. And their starting lineup consists of the sophomore guard from Akron-Buchtel High School, number 0, Day-Day Nash, the senior guard from Dalton High School in Dalton, Ohio, number 5, Emma Cannon, the sophomore guard from Barberton High School in Barberton, Ohio, number 11, Haley Haywood, coming off her career night at Wilmington, will get the start here tonight for the Purple Raiders. The freshman forward from Harrison Central High School in Cadiz, Ohio, number 12, Michaela Dunkel. And lastly, rounding out that starting 5 for the Purple Raiders is the senior guard from Gahanna Lincoln High School in Blacklick, Ohio, number 22, Madison Hensley. Both teams get set to take the court. The Raiders will be in their all-whites here tonight. Marietta in their all-blue uniforms. And BK, you kind of talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Mount Union coming off a difficult loss where they shot just 25% from the floor. They allowed 42 points in the paint, just scored 20 points in the paint. How important will it be for Mount Union to win the battle down low here tonight?
Well, I mean, the battle down low wins everything. It's kind of like football, the battle of the trenches. If you're winning the board battle, you're winning the inside battle, you're taking really good shots, and you're kicking out for threes, and then things start moving your way. So it's extremely important for them to win this inside battle, and quite frankly, with Haley Haywood out, it's going to be an even tougher challenge for them tonight. So interested to see how Coach drew it up.
We'll see here as it'll be Camille Cummins and Michaela Dunkel jumping here. And the ball is up, and the Raiders win the opening tip. We are underway here at the MAC. It's Madison Hensley now who steps into a wide-open 3. That one's off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound to Camille Cummins. So a good opening look for the Raiders, who just couldn't cash it in, and Marietta will come the other way here with it. It's Madison Cecil now on the perimeter. She gives it up to Paige Tolson. Tolson draws the double team out on the perimeter, and an early whistle and a foul 23 seconds into this game. That one's going on Michaela Dunkel, her first, team's first.
Yeah, not a game you want to get into foul trouble early with, that's for sure.
So it'll be Cummins inbounding the ball here right in front of the Mount Union bench. She will give this ball up now to Cecil. Cecil swings it out to Kelly Levering, puts it on the floor, back over to Cecil now, who drives, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Nice defense by Day-Day Nash there as Emma Cannon grabs the rebound. Cannon now on the break, gives it up to Hensley. Hensley Euro steps into the lane, goes up with the layup, can't quite get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers. So Madison Cecil now with it once more, tries to feed it down low inside. Day-Day Nash is going to be called for the kickball violation, however. Ball will remain with the Pioneers. Earlier in this season, Marietta defeated the Mount Union Purple Raiders 61-42 in Marietta, Ohio, looking to complete the season sweep here tonight as Hannah Croft will give it up to Madison Cecil. Cecil gives it up to Cummins down low inside. And Cummins' shot gets stuck on the rim right there, so that'll be a jump ball.
I want to see who can get this.
The referee comes in with an extra basketball. So possession arrow is in favor of the Pioneers. They will maintain possession here.
I was really excited to see who's gonna jump up and tip that out.
So it'll be Madison Cecil inbounding it now from underneath the basket here. And Cecil inbounds the ball now. It's Paige Tolson. Around the perimeter they go. It's Kelly Levering who steps into a 3. Too strong. Off the top of the backboard into the hands of Day-Day Nash. Nash now looks to push the pace, gives it up to an open Haley Haywood in transition for a 3. That one's short. Rebound to the Pioneers, but great hustle by Madison Hensley. She gets in there, ties it up for the jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Raiders. So Day will get set to inbound it here. Nash gives it up to Haywood. Haywood off the inbound, gets the layup to go in and one. Perfect execution there for the Raiders as Haley Haywood gets the Mount Union scoring going here tonight.
Very well drew up inbounds play. Really got to it and a fantastic finish underneath. That's something we're going to need to see more from them all night long is converting plays and ones really big.
That's for sure as that foul goes on Camille Cummins, her first, team's first. And Haywood completes the three-point play. It's 3-0 Mount Union here. 8:44 left to go in this first quarter. Raiders coming out in a press after the made free throw. As Cummins fires that over cross court over to Paige Tolson. Tolson's pass, however, is taken away by the Raiders. Day Nash now pushes the pace, gives it up to Cannon. Cannon now slows things down for Mount Union. She gives it up to Hensley at the top of the key. Hensley now feeds it back over to Emma Cannon, who looks to drive baselines. Cut off, however. Ball goes out of bounds, will remain Purple Raider basketball. It's an early substitution here for Mount Union. Audrey Livesay will check in as Michaela Dunkel will take a seat. So Nash will inbound it now for Mount Union. Emma Cannon receives the inbounds pass here on the perimeter. Gives it up now, Madison Hensley. Hensley gives it up to a cutter and Nash goes up for the layup. Can't quite get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers. So Marietta will push it the other way here now as Paige Tolson on the perimeter. Swings it over to Hannah Croft. Now back over to Madison Cecil. Cecil puts it on the floor, looks to drive, goes up. Can't quite get it to go. Rebound to Livesay. So it's now Nash walking it up the floor for the Raiders. She gives it up to Haley Haywood. Haywood swings it over to Cannon. Thought about the three momentarily. Now swings it back over to Haywood. Now over cross court, Madison Hensley. She'll take a screen from Livesay. Looks to drive, and we have a whistle. It's going to be an offensive foul. Moving screen here on Livesay. Ball heads back to the Pioneers. So it'll be Allie Hudick and Sierra Schlosser checking in for the first time here tonight for the Purple Raiders. For Marietta, they also have some substitutions here, as it'll be number 14, Devin Hefner, number 21, Aaron Hahn, and number 0, my apologies, Olivia Gribble. Raiders continue their press here, as Devin Hefner is guarded in the backcourt by Day Nash. As Marietta looking to get on the scoreboard here, it's now Aaron Hahn giving it up on the perimeter to Hannah Croft. Croft backs down Livesay, can't get the layup to go. Rebound goes to the Raiders. Day brings it up the floor now for Mount Union. She swings it over in the corner to Hudick. Hudick tried to get that entry pass into Emma Cannon, but it's taken away by the Pioneers. Coming the other way with it now is Tolson. Tolson goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound to Livesay. 3 minutes into this one, it's still 3-0 Mount Union here. As Allie Hudick now on the perimeter gives it up to Day Nash. Over to Livesay, steps into a three. Got it. Good. Audrey Livesay knocks it down, makes it 6-0 Mount Union.
We're seeing a lot of really good defense from the Purple Raiders so far.
That's for sure. As the Pioneers looking to get on the board here, it's Tolson who steps into a three at the other end and knocks it down. So 3.5 minutes into this one, it's now 6-3 Mount Union. So Nash now with it. She brings it up the floor for the Purple Raiders. She gives it up to Livesay on the perimeter. Livesay puts it on the floor, swings it over to Emma Cannon. Cannon now at the top of the key. Give it back over to Nash, who steps into a mid-range. That one's short. Hudick with a nice effort. However, she was out of bounds right there. Ball will head back to the Pioneers. So it'll be Bailey Schutzuk checking in for her first time here tonight for the Purple Raiders. Hannah Schill and Mackenzie Wilson will check in for Marietta. Late substitution here as well for Mount Union, as Lily Sweeney will see her first action tonight. Raiders continue here with the press, as Olivia Gribble will now bring it up the floor. Or correction, Hannah Schill here is Schill. Will give it up to Mackenzie Wilson. Wilson tried to find a cutter right there in Aaron Hahn, but it's taken away by the Raiders. It's Bailey Schutza now here with it. She gives it over to Hudick. Hudick now jab steps, puts it on the floor, looks to drive into the paint. fires up a contested mid-range, and it's good. Hand in the face, doesn't matter there as Hudick gets the two-pointer to go.
She is a tough bucket.
That's for sure. It's now 8-3 Mountain Union, 5:33 left to go here in this first quarter. Down low they go to Aaron Hahn. Hahn looks to back down Schlosser. Pump fakes, goes up for the shot. Great defense by Schlosser, forces the miss. However, offensive rebound there for Mackenzie Wilson. Her putback's no good. Another offensive rebound there to Devin Hefner. She draws the whistle on the floor, however, so it'll be an out of bounds here for the Pioneers.
Now this is where you miss Gretchen Koken, is when they got 3 offensive rebounds and now potential to just keep scoring again when you could be scoring in transition on the other end.
So the inbound here now to Hannah Schill. Schill feeds it down low inside to Wilson. Wilson's shot is blocked there by Livesay as the Pioneers tried to save that, but it's into the hands of Schutza. Schutza now gives it up to Hudick. Back over to Schutza. Schutza draws the double team down low inside, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers. Great defense by the Raiders, just couldn't convert here at the other end. As Olivia Gribble now with it. Gribble looks to drive on Hudick. A nice entry feed down low inside to Wilson. She kicks it out to an open one, and Hannah Schill, and Schill's three is nothing but net right there. Great ball movement by the Pioneers, makes it 8-6.
She knew that one was dropping the second and released her.
Very defensive battle to start here tonight as Lily Sweeney now on the perimeter. Picks up her dribble, now gives it over to Hudick. Hudick now steps into a three and knocks it down. Nothing but net. Allie Hudick, 5 points off the Mount Union bench.
She's going to have a really good game today. I can feel it.
11-6 Mount Union as a whistle here at the other end. It's going to be a foul going on Bailey Schutza. That's 2 quick fouls now on Bailey. And that'll be correction, they will actually get Audrey Livesay there, so good thing there for Schutza. She will not be picking up her second foul. Just remain with the one. That's Livesay's first personal foul. 4th team foul of the quarter. It's Madison Hensley, Michaela Dunkel, and Haley Haywood all re-enter the ball game now for the Purple Raiders. As Kelly Levering checks back in for Marietta. Levering receives the inbounds pass here. As the Pioneers will move the ball around the perimeter. Down low inside, it's Schill. Goes up for the layup, but is going to be called for the charging foul. Great job by Michaela Dunkel getting in front of that one. It'll be Purple Raider basketball.
I love the exclamation point to use your body. Charges are such a huge momentum shifter, but I gotta say a gutsy call. I'd have left my whistle alone on that. Phenomenal play, though.
Schutza gives it up to Hudick on the perimeter. At that last stoppage in play, Allie Grake also checked in for the Pioneers. His bodies go flying down to the ground here. It's a jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. So 3:55 left to go here in this first quarter. It's 11-6 Mount Union. So it'll be Grake bringing the ball up the floor here. She draws the double team from Madison Hensley and Allie Hudick. Splits that double team now, swings it over cross court to Hannah Schill. Schill looks to drive, goes up for the layup. Nice defense there by the Raiders, but an extra possession here now for the Pioneers is Levering. Goes up for the layup and draws the whistle. It's a blocking foul. This time it will go on Schutza. Her second personal foul, 5th team foul of the quarter, will send the Pioneers to the free throw line.
Yeah, they're going to get her out of here real quick. But as I say, not a game you want, especially one of your top defending guards, to be in foul trouble early. But it's going to be a tough game, and they're looking at that statistic from the other game last night, and they're going to be pushing the paint a lot tonight. So there's going to probably be some fouls called that you don't agree with, and so it's going to be a lot of patience here. And like I said earlier, missing Gretchen Koken is a big loss tonight.
Day Nash and Hallie Ignacio check in here for the Raiders as Levering's first free throw is no good. Second free throw is good, however, will cut the score down to 11-7 in favor of the Purple Raiders. So Day now here with it. She gives it up to Hallie Ignacio. Ignacio now gives it up to Hensley. Hensley swings it over to Michaela Dunkel, puts it on the floor, swings it back to Ignacio, who drives, kicks it out. Nice ball movement here by the Raiders as it's Hensley now on the perimeter. Back over to Ignacio they go here now with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Day Nash now with it. She drives, goes up for the layup, and a strong take by Day Nash. She draws the whistle here and will be heading to the free throw line for 2.
She just has that very good, quick first step that allows her to get to the rim. Not all the size in the world, but She does a really good job of knowing how to get underneath you and get to the top of that glass to finish. We'll see two at the charity stripe.
That's for sure, as we'll see if Day can convert here, as Camille Cummins and Addie Hill will check in for the Pioneers. First free throw is up and no good for Nash. She'll make the score 11-7. So far, the Raiders are shooting 40% to open the game here. Meanwhile, the Pioneers just 18% out of the gates. As second free throw is good for Nash, makes the score 12-7 Mount Union. As the Pioneers trying to catch the Raiders sleeping here on the fast break, but turn the ball over as Haley Haywood comes up with the steal, but Haywood turns it right back over with the traveling violation.
You know that they were actually out of sorts in the press. Marietta just kind of turned it over, but I think one of the people that checked in did not have the memo on their presser running with that 2-1-2.
So that's for sure. The Raiders came away with the turnover, but unfortunately give it right back here. It's the inbound now to Cummins. Cummins will give it over to Hill. Hill swings it over now to Grake. Grake puts it on the floor, kicks it out to an open man. As that one was Hill, and Hill's three is no good. Rebound to Day Nash. Nash pushes the pace here for the Raiders, but lost the handle. It's a turnover for Mount Union. As Hill comes the other way and loses possession as well. Bit of sloppy play from both sides here in the past 30 seconds or so. As Day Nash with it. She gives it over to Hallie Ignacio, who steps into a three. It's too strong, no good. Rebound to the Pioneers. So it'll be Paige Tolson now with it here for Marietta. She swings it over to Hill. Hill fires up a three. That one's no good. Rebound to Nash. Nash pushes the pace here once more for the Raiders. Now swings it over to Hensley. Extra pass over to Haywood, who steps into the open three. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, though, to Michaela Dunkel, who has it taken away by the Pioneers. It's Addie Hill ahead of the pack right here. She goes up for the layup, but it's blocked by Hensley. And the Raiders will come the other way here with it. Day Nash now with the 2-on-3 in favor of the Pioneers. Gives it up to a wide open Haley Haywood, who drops it in. It's 14-7 Raiders.
That's what you call head on a swivel.
That's for sure. Haley Haywood finds the open spot. A beautiful cut as the trailer right there on the fast break makes it 14-7 Mount Union here. A minute 35 left to go in this first quarter. It's Tolson now with it. Takes a screen, now steps into a three. Can't get it to go. Another rebound for Day Nash. Nash with a strong first quarter here. Swings it over to Ignacio. Gives it right back to Nash. Now over to Haywood as they move the ball around the perimeter. Trying to feed it down low inside to Dunkel. Bodies go on the ground here. It's a jump ball possession arrow in favor of Mount Union.
We got a whole platoon swap.
That's for sure. It'll be Aaron Hahn and Devin Hefner checking back in for the Pioneers. It'll be Audrey Livesay, Sierra Schlosser, Emma Cannon, and Allie Hudick checking back in for Mount Union. Day Nash remains the lone Raider out on the floor from that last stoppage and play. Hudick now with it. She gives it over to Nash. Nash thought about the three, now steps into one. Can't quite get it to go. Rebound to Hahn. Approaching 1 minute left to go here in this first quarter. Marietta trying to cut into that deficit here as Hefner, coast to coast, goes up with the floater and makes it 14-9 Mount Union. So Day Nash will now swing it over to Cannon, who steps into a three. It's too strong. Offensive rebound, Livesay, the nice effort there, draws the whistle as she tipped that ball up in the air. It's going to be a foul on the floor, and just the fourth team foul of the quarter here for Marietta, so it'll be an out of bounds for Mount Union. As that foul goes on Camille Cummins, that's going to be her second personal foul as well. As Olivia Gribble checks back in for the Pioneers, and seeing her first action here tonight for Mount Union is number 44, Sierra Horney. So Hudick will inbound it. Gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon with a nice take move. Down low inside. Gets the layup to go.
She plays a lot bigger than she is.
That's for sure.
I like that.
It's now 16-9 is at the other end. Gribble fires up a three. Can't get it to go. Cannon grabs the miss. Cannon tried to feed that down low inside to Hudick, but turns the ball over here. Shot clock turned off here for the Pioneers with 22 seconds left to go in the quarter, and they appear to be holding it for the final shot. It's Devin Hefner here at the Mount Union logo. Dribbles that ball down to 9 seconds here now on the game clock. It's now 6 seconds. Hefner will give it up to Tolson. 3 seconds now for the Pioneers. It's Aaron Hahn firing up a shot from the elbow that's short, and that's how the first quarter will end. A strong defensive first quarter for the Purple Raiders. They find themselves on top 16-9 at the end of one. BK, your thoughts on that first quarter?
I mean, I'm going to be honest here. It was a very sloppy first start of the game. Probably to Mount Union's favor that it was sloppy, but even Mount at this point, Marietta's not going to be shooting 3 for 18 all game long. They're not going to be shooting 16% from the floor. They're not going to keep turning the ball over like they are. We're very lucky to have a pretty even split of turnovers too. So it's going to be from that first quarter, I'm saying it's going to be a very, very defensive game and a very much about who can take care of the basketball, because a lot of these points are obviously going to come from fast breaks and transitions the way this game's being played at the moment. So something to really look out for is who are you trusting at point guard? I mean, we were talking a lot about the bench points and Mount coming into this game, and Mount is outscoring Marietta currently in the bench. Will that happen all game? Obviously, I don't know, but I'm saying that's something to look out for if you're coach. And this kind of brand of basketball that they're playing is high tempo, fast. They're pressing them, trying to make Marietta make mistakes, in which they are, but they have to transition it to the other side. They have to play a clean game of basketball as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. You summed it up perfectly right there. As the Raiders led that whole entire first quarter, but 6 turnovers for Mount Union. They're going to definitely have to clean that up here as the game progresses. Interestingly enough, Marietta was 2 for 7 from the three-point line in that first quarter, 1 for 11 on two-pointers. So the Raider defense so far is causing some problems for Marietta as play resumes here with the Pioneers having basketball. It's Aaron Hahn who steps into a mid-range, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, and Emma Cannon and Day Nash both went up for it. Cannon's foot was out of bounds, so
I think he called a kick ball.
Or a kick ball, yeah, I do believe that could be the call there. Good eye right there, BK.
But I thought you had to, like, I thought it was like an intentional kick on defense. I don't know.
Yeah, you normally don't see that on a rebound, as that's what Susie Vanette is asking for an explanation over there on the sidelines right now.
I'm with her.
For sure. I don't know if I've ever seen one quite like that as well. The referees are talking about it now here at half court. This could very well be Mount Union basketball, but we will see what they're talking things over. As Day Nash and Emma Cannon surely were both surprised to see the kickball violation called there as well. Now, after a quick chat, the referees will keep the call on the floor here, so it will remain Marietta basketball.
Very interesting.
Very interesting for sure.
I can truly, honestly say of my 15 years of basketball, I have never seen that.
As play resumes here with Marietta inbounding it, as it'll be Olivia Gribble now putting it on the floor, swinging it over to Hahn. Great ball movement here by the Pioneers. As Hannah Schill picks up her dribble, gives it over to Allie Grake. Grake feeds it down low inside to Hannah Croft. Can't get it to go. Gets her own miss, however. Can't get that one to go. A third effort now for Croft, and she's heading to the free throw line as she draws the whistle. That foul going on Sierra Horney. And great effort there by Hannah Croft. She's heading to the free throw line for 2.
And the Purple Raiders, I think that was, 3 offensive rebounds in a row. So now getting offensive rebound 5-2, which is definitely something that we were looking out for in the pregame, and something that we talked about a lot is that points in the paint and rebounds in the paint, especially on the offensive end, when you need that box out of transition, is huge.
So Croft will split the pair here, and it'll make it 16-10 Mount Union. It's here at the other end, it's Day Nash now giving it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon will take a screen now from Horney, now steps into a mid-range. Can't quite get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers.
Heck of a way to create space, though.
As Marietta now in transition, it's Aaron Hahn who steps into a 3 and knocks it down. The Pioneers with the first 4 points of this second quarter, they cut into that deficit. It's now 16-13 Mount Union. It'll be Day Nash here now with it. She gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon now swings it over to Horney. Horney tried to hand that off to Hudick, but it's Hannah Croft getting in the passing lane there. Croft goes coast to coast for the layup, but blows the bunny. And a whistle here. It's going to be a jump ball between Horny and Croft. And the possession arrow in favor of the Purple Raiders. Some substitutions here now for Mount Union as Audrey Livesay and Madison Hensley will check back in for the Purple Raiders. Day Nash walks up the floor for Mount Union. A minute and a half into the second quarter, Raiders holding on to their 3-point advantage. As Cannon now gives it up to Hensley. Hensley feeds it down low inside to Livesay, bobbles the pass momentarily, saves it in bounds with a beautiful pass to Madison Hensley on the backdoor cut. Great ball movement there between Audrey Livesay and Madison Hensley. Makes it 18-13 Mount Union. Down low they go now to Aaron Hahn. Hahn swings it out to Gribble, steps into a three, and a high arcing three gets it to go. It's now 18-16.
She has such a beautiful jump shot.
As Allie Hudick now feeds it to Madison Hensley in the high post. She gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon now will put it on the floor, swing it over to Day Nash. Nash now back over to Livesay. Livesay gives it up to a cutter in Nash. Nash goes up for the layup and gets it to go. Back-to-back nice possessions there on some cuts by the Raiders. Makes it 20-16 Mount Union.
Boy, they need her to have a big game.
As it'll be Allie Grake now with it here for the Pioneers. Tries to feed it down low inside to Croft. That pass is tipped. Ball still on the floor here. Marietta will come up with the possession as Grake now picks up her dribble, feeds it off to a cutter and Aaron Hahn, and a chaotic sequence results in an Aaron Hahn easy layup there. 20-18 in favor of the Purple Raiders as Day Nash's pass is taken away here by the Pioneers. Olivia Gribble now with it. She gives it up to Croft. Croft feeds it down low once more to Aaron Hahn, and Hahn goes to work in the post, can't quite get it to go. Rebound to Madison Hensley. Hensley will now give it up to Livesay, who pump fakes, drives, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Tried to get her own miss, but that ball heads out of bounds, and it'll be Marietta basketball.
Man, that one's going to haunt her tomorrow. I've felt that. I've been there, miss a gimme, and it's like, man, how did I miss the top right corner of that backboard? You'd be lying if it said it didn't happen to you. It's happened to all of us.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happened for sure. I was playing basketball all throughout high school until, well, from 3 years old to be completely honest. I missed plenty of those, so definitely know the feeling. But the Raiders will have some substitutions here as Hallie Ignacio, Lily Sweeney, Michaela Dunkel will check back in for Mount Union. The Pioneers will also have some substitutions here as Devin Hefner will give it up to Kelly Levering. Both just check back into the game. As well here is Mackenzie Wilson, who goes up for the layup and gets it to go and ties things up at 20. So it's now Ignacio giving it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon now gives it up to a cutter in Dunkel, and Dunkel shuffled her shoes right there. It's a traveling violation. A whistle here, however. Referees are going to talk this over, and it appears that they will change the call here on the floor. They will say it's actually a foul going on the Pioneers. That foul is going on Addie Hill, who just checked back into the game as well. So it will remain Raider basketball.
I didn't see a signal prior to, so I didn't know that there was a call to change. Maybe he I guess I missed something, because I thought that was what he was calling from the start. Excuse me.
So off the inbound here, it's Sierra Schlosser who goes up for the layup, and that shot's blocked.
What a pass.
Pioneers on the fast break, and it's Devin Hefner to the rim for two. Marietta with their first lead in this one. It's 22-20. Lily Sweeney now with it. She swings that ball around the perimeter. Sweeney will have it once more here. Picks up her dribble, gives it over to Ignacio. Ignacio tried to feed that down low to Haley Haywood, and it's another turnover here for the Raiders. Ball will go back to the Pioneers.
It's definitely the right look. Just do it a little bit hard.
Raiders now with 10 turnovers here in this first half. As the Pioneers have clawed back in this second quarter, they are outscoring Mount Union 13-4 as they hold a 2-point advantage. Down low inside they go to Wilson. And a great job right there by Michaela Dunkel. She gets her hands on that one. It's a jump ball between Wilson and Dunkel. Possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. 5.5 minutes left to go in this first half. It'll be Devin Hefner inbounding it here. She gets it right back. Now swings it over to Hill.
Steal.
Hill's pass is taken away by Dunkel. Dunkel now will give it up to Ignacio. Ignacio gives it up to a trailer in Haley Haywood. Great ball movement here as Ignacio now steps into a three. Can't get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers, and they look to push the pace here. It's Paige Tolson now. The nice pass down low to Kelly Levering. Sierra Schlosser with the great recovery. It's kicked out to Addie Hill, who steps into a three. It's no good. Rebound to Schlosser. Ignacio once more will have it here for the Raiders. Gives it up to Michaela Dunkel on the perimeter. Dunkel swings it back over now to Ignacio. Ignacio now will give it up to Haywood. Haywood puts it on the floor here, weaves her way through the defense, goes up for the layup, can't quite get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers. It's Hefner now. We'll give this up to Hill. Hill out to Levering, steps into a deep two. That one's short. Out of bounds it goes, back to the Purple Raiders.
Not a lot of scoring going on right now. A lot of very strong defensive plays. Referees really letting them play, which I like to see. Not something you see every night, but this battle might go deep into this fourth quarter.
That's for sure. As Emma Cannon, Madison Hensley, and Day Nash check back in for the Raiders. Camille Cummins checks back in for Marietta. As Emma Cannon will now swing it over to Hensley. Hensley tried to feed that down low inside to Dunkel, but it's through her fingertips, out of bounds it goes, back to the Pioneers.
We talked a lot earlier after the first quarter about sloppy basketball, and quite frankly, I have yet to see either team really pick it up.
As Devin Hefner walks up the floor now for the Pioneers. Around the perimeter they go now to Addie Hill. Hill puts it on the floor, now gives it up to Paige Tolson. Tolson looks to drive, goes up for the layup, gets it to go. 24-20, Marietta. Day Nash now with it. She gives it up to Hensley. Hensley puts it on the floor, but traveled before she got her dribble down. Ball will go back to the Pioneers once more. Hannah Schill will check back in for the Pioneers, and seeing her first action here tonight is the freshman guard from Rocky River High School, number 4, Sophia Murray. So Murray brings it up the floor here, gives it up to Schill. Schill will now give it up to Addie Hill. Hill puts it on the floor, swings it out to Levering. Nice ball movement here as now Murray steps into a mid-range shot, can't get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers. Cummins' putback is no good. Another rebound to Levering, who swings it out to Murray. A fourth opportunity here as Murray follows her miss, gives it out to Schill, who steps into a three and knocks it down. Fourth time's the charm. It's 27-20. Susie Vanette's seen enough, calls a timeout. It's Purple Raiders on the wrong end of an 11-0 run here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I think you said that exactly correctly. I think she's seen enough. That's 2 possessions in this second quarter where they've had 3+ offensive rebounds to a kick out for a 3, which is absolutely lethal. That's something that really changes momentum. And when you're a team that is supposedly the underdog in this game and you're battling, constantly fighting to stay in this game, just have a chance in the fourth quarter, it's stuff like that you just cannot have. Maybe one box out per shot I saw, so they're definitely going to be doing something called the Michigan State drill here tomorrow in practice, because offensive rebounds are killers for your defense. You work so hard through that entire shot clock to do something, to get something, really shut down screens, and then you get 4 offensive rebounds and a kick out for a 3. Now you're down 7, which is their biggest lead of the game.
That's for sure. As the Pioneers now with 8 offensive rebounds here in this first half compared to Mountain Union's 2, as Day Nash out of the timeout gives it up here to Emma Cannon. Cannon will take a screen from Audrey Livesay. Now over to Madison Hensley. Hensley now swings it over to Haley Haywood. Haywood will give it up to Hensley, who pump fakes, drives, tried to kick it back out to Emma Cannon, but it's taken away once more by the Pioneers. Raiders return the favor here, however, with the steal of their own, as Haley Haywood will now give it up to Day Nash. Nash looks to drive, swings it out to Livesay, steps into a 3. No good right there. Rebound to Aaron Hahn. It'll be Sophia Murray bringing it up the floor here. She gives it up to Olivia Gribble, who steps into a three. Can't get it to go. Erin Hahn tried to come up with the offensive rebound, but that ball heads out of bounds. Back to the Raiders as Allie Hudick will check back in for Mount Union.
Yeah, something I knew, obviously, in the pregame we talked a lot about losing Gretchen, but I did not know it was going to kind of have this impact towards the offensive rebounding.
That's for sure here is Hudick now. Will take a screen from Livesey. Swings it out to Hensley. Hensley now gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon puts it on the floor here. Thought about the three, now gives it up to Hensley down low inside. Hensley looks to go to work. Goes up for the shot, has it blocked by Hannah Schill. Putback, however, is no good as well. Rebound to the Pioneers. Raiders have gone cold here in the second quarter. Just 4 points for Mount Union in the quarter. As Camille Cummins goes to work in the post, goes up for the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound Madison Hensley. Hensley will now give it up to Day Nash, who looks to drive. Swings it back out now to Audrey Livesey. Livesey puts it on the floor and loses possession of it. So the ball will go back here to the Pioneers. As Schill will give it up to Hahn. Hahn now gives it up to Murray. Murray gives it up to Hahn on the pick and roll action, and beautiful execution right there as Erin Hahn makes it 29-20. She's got 7 points in this one. Day Nash with it here for the Purple Raiders. Will give it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon gives it up down low to Allie Hudick. Hudick swings it out to Hensley, steps into a three. That one's no good. Long rebound. A whistle, however, on the loose ball. That foul's going on Sophia Murray. It's going to be her first, team second, and with a minute and 2 seconds left here in the quarter, it'll be an out of bounds here for the Purple Raiders. Devin Hefner and Mackenzie Wilson will check back in for Marietta. Sierra Schlosser checks back in for the Purple Raiders. Schlosser now with it here, gives it up to Cannon. Cannon gives it up to Livesey, who steps into a mid-range that's short. Rebound to the Pioneers. Hudick knocks that ball out of bounds, and it will remain Marietta basketball here with 50 seconds left to go in the quarter. As Devin Hefner now with it. She's guarded closely here by Day Nash. Hefner now swings it over to Olivia Gribble, who steps into a three. That one's no good. Offensive rebound to Devin Hefner, though. And stepping into a three is Sophia Murray now. Can't quite get it to go. Another offensive rebound, this time to Erin Hahn. Her putback is good. It's 31-20 Marietta.
Absolutely no box outs going on at all.
22-4 is the scoring run here now for the Pioneers. As Day Nash will hold it for the final shot of this first half for the Purple Raiders. Nash now gives it up to Schlosser. Schlosser hands it off to Emma Cannon with 2 seconds left. Cannon goes up for the layup, a whistle, and it's a charging foul going on the Raiders with just 0.5 seconds left to go in the half. So Marietta will just inbound it here for the final half second of this first half. Mount Union's got some work to do in that second half. They want to make a comeback in this one. After a strong start in that first quarter, Mount Union finds themselves trailing 31-20 at the end of one half of play here at the MAC. BK, your overall thoughts there on that first half?
Well, obviously, we've talked about it a little bit in the broadcast. Pretty sloppy basketball in that first half. Something I just really want to hit on that we talked about again earlier, 24-8 bench points leading in Marietta's direction, which is something that you need to contain and control when you have your starters off the floor. Something I didn't think, though, that was happening, that is, Mount's only down 2 points in the paint. Marietta's 14 to their 12. But second chance points for Marietta has been huge. They have 10 points to Mount Union's 2 points off of turnovers. So turnovers and defensive rebounding is something that I think Mount Union's going to really keen in on in that locker room. For Marietta in the locker room, I think they're going to keep pushing how they played in that second half or that second quarter. Took the lead and continued to strive on that lead. So Mount Union clearly needs to change a little bit of an intensity coming into this second half, and really needs to amplify their defense if they want to pull this one out.
Yeah, that's for sure. As in that second quarter alone, Marietta outscored Mount Union 22-4. The Raiders shot just 18% overall in that second quarter. Mount Union shot 29% overall in that first half. Marietta also shot 29% in that first half, but up to 39% in that second quarter. 7 offensive rebounds compared to just 1 in that second quarter alone for Marietta and Mount Union. And the Purple Raiders struggled to take care of the basketball. 9 turnovers in that second quarter alone. Finds themselves in an 11-point hole here at the halftime break. We're going to take a short break here on the live stream and 91.1 WRMU. We'll be back for second half action between Mount Union and Marietta. And we are back here at the McPherson Academic and Athletic Complex getting you ready for second half action between your Mountain Union Purple Raiders and the Marietta Pioneers here on the women's basketball live stream at 91.1 WRMU. Current score here at the halftime break, the Pioneers on top 31-20 as the Raiders led for the majority of that first half, but Marietta with a late run and a strong second quarter find themselves on top by double digits here. Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Attar. Alongside me is my partner Brendan Kearns. And Brendan, we kind of talked about it at the end of that first half, a very sloppy first half for both squads. The Raiders, however, did come away with 15 turnovers in that first half. They also gave up 10 offensive rebounds and were heavily outscored on the bench. What's the first thing that needs addressed here in the second half as the Raiders try to make their comeback?
Well, the first thing I'd like to say is, as a Purple Raider, you need to shoot at a higher shot percentage. This will be the fourth game in a row that you are at least 10 points under your average of what you normally score. So clearly it's been an offensive drought in the last few games for the Purple Raiders. That's key. That's number one. Take better shots. Hit more shots. I mean, easier said than done, obviously, but that's the premise. Start date number 2 needs to be high-intensity pressure on the defensive end. You need to be putting more energy into your defense at this point than you are on your offense. And I know that's tough for me to say after what I just said previously. But with that being said, that's how you force turnovers and get easy points, layups, quick fouls to an and one, kick-out threes. Things on offense that don't necessarily take a lot of energy because you're forcing turnovers on the other end. So my evaluation is we need to take better shots as a Purple Raider, and you need to play higher intensity defense and start forcing this squad Marietta has to sub relentlessly because they are so tired from dealing with your press. That's how I think you win this game. That's how I think you come out as forcing unforced and unwanted turnovers.
Yeah, that's for sure. As the Raiders did a great job with that in that first quarter as they led 16-9 after the first quarter. They had the lead all throughout the game until about 5 minutes left to go in that first half where Marietta really blew the game open. Now find themselves on top by 11 here. The Pioneers are currently sitting third right now in the women's basketball OAC standings here, 10-4 in the conference. They are just directly behind Baldwin Wallace, who is nationally ranked at 19th in the country. So still an opportunity for Marietta to move up to the second spot. So these games are very important for the Pioneers down the stretch. The Raiders, meanwhile, they are going to really need to win out to just make the OAC tournament, as they are 3 games behind right now the John Carroll Blue Streaks in an attempt to make it into the top 6 and play in the OAC tournament. And a quick score update from the men's basketball action that's going on in Marietta right now. At the halftime break, Mountain Union men's basketball team on top by a score of 36-30 with Colin Gurley leading the way with a game-high 21 points for the Raiders. The play will resume here, and it will be Purple Raider basketball to start this second half. We'll see if they have a comeback in them here. Day-Day Nash will give it up to Madison Hensley, who tries to feed it down low to Michaela Dunkel, and a quick whistle here just 7 seconds into this second half. Fouls going on Hannah Croft, her first, team's first. Raiders will have it out of bounds. Haywood will give it up now to Madison Hensley, now over to Day-Day Nash. Nash swings it back over to Dunkel, who tried to get it to Hensley, but it's taken away by the Pioneers. However, it was Madison Sisu who comes up with the steal. Her foot was out of bounds, so the possession will remain with the Raiders. So just 19 seconds into this second half, the Raiders with a fresh 30 seconds on that shot clock. Madison Hensley tries to feed it down low inside to Dunkel, and it'll be another turnover here for the Purple Raiders. The ball heads back to the Pioneers.
Yeah, haven't exactly seen the solid start from sloppy play in the first transition to this second yet. So
it'll be Madison Cecil. She gives it up to Kelly Levering. Around the perimeter, they go back to Cecil now. It's Hannah Croft. Some nice ball movement here as Emma Cannon tips that ball out of bounds. Will remain Pioneer basketball. So Camille Cummins will inbound it here. It's Madison Cecil now with it off the inbound. Tries to feed it down low inside to Cummins, who saves it to Cecil. A great save there. As Hannah Croft now steps into a deep mid-range. It's no good. Cummins' extra effort to grab the offensive rebound is going to draw the whistle here. Foul's going on Madison Hensley. Her first, team's first, will remain Marietta basketball.
I mean, I wonder if boxing out was even in the conversation, because once again, I didn't see a single one.
Cummins gives it up to Croft. Croft now gives it up to Cecil on the perimeter. It's now Paige Tolson who takes a screen from Croft, looks to drive, goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Madison Hensley. Day Nash now pushes the pace here for the Raiders. Now she slows things down and gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon now with it. She gives it up to Madison Hensley. Hensley back over to Nash, who steps in 2 or 3. In and out, no good. Rebound to Hannah Croft. So the Pioneers will come the other way with it here now as Cecil looks to drive. Kicks it out to Levering, who steps into a deep 2. Can't quite get it to go. Rebound, however, goes to Camille Cummins. Extra possession now for the Pioneers as it's Levering once more, looking to drive into the paint. Kicks it out to Cummins for the mid-range. It's no good. Another offensive rebound here, this time to Hannah Croft, and her putback is good, making it 33-20 Marietta. So Day Nash now with it. She gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon swings it back over to Dunkel. Dunkel now will give it up to Nash. Nash looking to feed Madison Hensley down low inside. Instead puts it on the floor. Gives it up to Cannon. Cannon now with 7 seconds on the shot clock will give it up to Haley Haywood, who feeds Hensley now down in the post, and Hensley's going to draw the whistle here on Madison Cecil with the shot clock winding down. It's going to be Cecil's first, team second, will remain Purple Raider basketball. So the Raiders with plenty of substitutions here. It's Sierra Schlosser, Ali Hudick, Audrey Livesay, and Bailey Schutzuk checking back in for Mount Union. Devin Hefner and Olivia Gribble will check in for Marietta as Livesay's shot is no good. Rebound to Sierra Schlosser. Her putback's no good. So Marietta will come the other way with it. It's down low inside. They go to Hannah Croft, and Croft picked up her dribble, put it back on the floor. It's a double dribble violation here. Ball goes back to Mount Union. Schutza brings it up the floor now for Mount Union. Gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon now on the perimeter. Looking where to go with it. She puts it on the floor. Swings it out to Schlosser. Schlosser thought about the 3, now swings it over to Livesay. Livesay down low inside goes to Hudick. Hudick with the extra pass to Emma Cannon, whose shot is blocked. Devin Hefner grabs the miss and pushes the pace here now for the Pioneers. Nice pass down to Aaron Hahn, who also checked back in for Marietta. Can't get it to go. Third effort, no good as well. So the Raiders gave up some offensive rebounds there, but nothing comes of it. Timeout here for Susie Vanette with 7:02 left to go in this third quarter. Raiders still yet to score in the second half, find themselves trailing 33-20.
Yeah, I think she's in there losing her mind about these offensive rebounds. Susie Vanette, in her 18th season, I'm sure she's in their ear about how this offensive rebound is going for them tonight. And honestly, it's an effort problem. I understand, maybe if you're outmatched and you've got somebody who's way taller, but that's simply not the case here. It's just a lot of, you are not playing with tenacity. You're not boxing out aggressively and really going after offensive boards. As a point guard at this point, you're watching all these offensive rebounds fly. You're crashing the boards now. It really gets as simple as that.
That's for sure. A team effort out there as the Raiders will inbound it here as Bailey Schutza now with it. Gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon will take a screen from Livesay, draws the double team off the screen, a whistle, and it's a jump ball, possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers. So it's another Purple Raider turnover here as the Pioneers look to continue to build on their lead. Mount Union down to just 26% shooting from the floor. Marietta also at 26% shooting. However, they've shot 19 more shot attempts tonight than Mount Union as Olivia Gribble steps into a mid-range. Wow. It's nothing but net. The fadeaway gets it to drop. It's 35-20. So the Raiders were once up 20-16. It's now a 19-0 run stemming back from that first half. It's another Raider turnover here. Now on the perimeter, it's a 3 fired up there by Hannah Schill, who checked back into the game for Marietta. She can't knock it down. Rebound to Emma Cannon. Raiders trying to get the offense going here. It's Ali Hudick now with it. Takes a screen from Sierra Schlosser, tries to feed it down low inside, but it's taken away by Mackenzie Wilson. It'll be Devin Hefner pushing the pace now for the Pioneers. She picks up her dribble. Now swings it out up top to Hahn. So around the perimeter they will go here. Hahn now sets the screen for Olivia Gribble. Hefner now feeds it down low inside to Hahn, who goes to work. Goes up for the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Devin Hefner, who deflects it off of Emma Cannon. And what an effort there by Hefner. Keeps the possession alive for the Pioneers.
What an effort indeed. You ever seen one of those, like, jump out of bounds, throw it off the dude's face or her face and just right up? Oh, I've had that happen to me, and it's very hard to keep your composure. I'll say that.
That's for sure. As Madison Hensley, Day Nash, Haley Haywood check back in for the Raiders. A whistle here. We've got an offensive foul going on Marietta, so the ball will head back now to the Purple Raiders.
I believe called a legal screen, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see him do a wraparound, so.
That's for sure. It will be an illegal screen on Mackenzie Wilson. Her second, team's third. Raiders still looking for their first points of the second half here as Day Nash gives it up to Madison Hensley. Hensley now back over to Nash. Nash now swings it over to Emma Cannon, who pump fakes. Now gives it back up top to Nash. Nash back over to Cannon now with 11 on the shot clock. Puts it on the floor. Picks up her dribble now, swings it over to Livesay. 5 seconds on the shot clock here as Day Nash drives into a crowd, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound to the Pioneers. Aaron Hahn nearly has that ball taken away by Madison Hensley, but Devin Hefner now brings it up for the Pioneers. Extra pass in the corner to Hannah Schill, steps into a three, it's no good. Long rebound, Madison Hensley gets tied up with Mackenzie Wilson. Possession arrow in favor of the Purple Raiders.
Lucky break there at the possession arrow. Almost another technical offensive rebound, if you will.
It's Kelly Levering and Allie Grake check back in for the Pioneers. It'll be Day Nash here once more for the Purple Raiders, looking to get on the scoreboard here in the second half. It's Haley Haywood now swings it over to Hensley, back over to Emma Cannon. Cannon takes a screen from Hensley and now gives it up to Livesay. It's Day Nash now with it. She looks to drive, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound to Levering. So the Pioneers will push the pace here. It's Gribble who steps into the paint, fires up the mid-range. It's no good. Rebound to the Purple Raiders. Day Nash now with it. Gives it up to Emma Cannon. Around they go to Madison Hensley. Hensley now back over to Cannon. It's Day Nash now with it in the high post. She steps back out here. And with 7 seconds on the shot clock, feeds it over to Haywood, who tries to feed Cannon down low inside. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Raiders with another turnover here. So it'll be Grake pushing the pace, gives it up to Hannah Schill. A whistle, and a nice job by Day Nash. Steps in the middle of that one, takes the charge. Zach charging foul will go on Allie Grake. And the ball will head back to the Purple Raiders with Hallie Ignacio and Michaela Dunkel checking back in for Mount Union. Susie Vanette's going to use another timeout here as the Raiders still looking for their first points in this second half. Only 4 points total scored by the two teams in this second half, as it's 4-0 in favor of Marietta. But with 3:48 left to go in this third quarter, it's 35-20 Pioneers.
So we're looking at some totals here. Mount Union is getting out offensive rebound 14-3. That has equated for almost the last 10 points in this offensive run. Not to mention, when you're not scoring on the other end, it's a lot harder to play defense. I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a 19-0 run right now?
That's correct, yes.
Right, something like you need to get a spark on offense, find somebody, start pressing, do something to cause some turnovers so you can start scoring.
That's for sure. The Raiders, believe it or not, have not scored a point since 7 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the first half. As down low inside they go to Michaela Dunkel, and right on cue, Dunkel breaks the scoring drought for the Raiders, makes it 35-22 Marietta.
Couldn't have said it better, right on cue.
That's for sure, as the Raiders come out with the press here. Levering now swings it over to Gribble in the corner, steps into a three, and it's nothing but net. A beautiful shot right there by Olivia Gribble. Raiders push the pace coming the other way. It's Haley Haywood in transition. Her layup's no good. Can't grab her miss. That goes out of bounds off Haywood, back to the Pioneers. Camille Cummins and Addie Hill check back in for Marietta.
Well, they're taking Olivia Gribble out, but every time she puts up a shot, you're holding your breath, hoping it doesn't go in. She's been money tonight.
That's for sure, as Sophia Murray also checks back in with a late substitution for Marietta. So Murray brings it up the floor, guarded here by Haley Haywood. Now swings it over to Allie Grake. Grake draws the double team on the perimeter, now swings it over cross court. Over to Hill, steps into a three, it's no good. Rebound to Haywood. Day Nash looks to push the pace, tried to feed it to Madison Hensley, but it's taken away by Murray. Murray now gives it up down low inside to Levering. It goes up for the shot. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound to Addie Hill. Her putback is going to be waved off. It's no good, as we have a loose ball foul going here on the Raiders. That foul's going on Day Nash. Her first, team second, out of bounds here for Marietta. The inbound here for Grake. She will give it up to Murray. Murray now spins on the perimeter, gives it up to Hill. Hill gives it back over to Grake. It's 10 seconds on the shot clock here now, as Addie Hill swings it over cross court to Cummins. Cummins now gives it up to Grake, who steps into a three. It's no good. Rebound Haley Haywood. Raiders looking to push the pace here on a 3-on-3 break, but Haywood's pass is taken away by Grake. Another Raider turnover here as Addie Hill looks to drive, swings it back out to Grake, steps into a three. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Kelly Levering. Levering now will give it up to Hill. Hill steps into a shot and is going to draw the whistle here. And that is going to send Addie Hill to the free throw line for two, as Lily Sweeney checks in for Mount Union. So that foul will go on Hallie Ignacio, her first, team's third. So with 2:04 left to go in this third quarter, Addie Hill trying to extend that Marietta lead. She's able to do so here, 39-22 in favor of the Pioneers. Second free throw's up and good. It's 40-22 Marietta. So Day walks up the floor now for Mount Union. Takes a screen here from Madison Hensley. Now gives it up to Hensley on the pick and pop, who steps into a three, and it's nothing but net. Great shot right there from Madison Hensley, set up by the Day Nash feed. 40-25 in favor of the Pioneers. The Raiders come with a trap on the perimeter. Lily Sweeney trying to come up with the steal, and instead gets the jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Pioneers, but great effort there by Sweeney, as Aaron Hahn checks back in for the Pioneers, as does Devin Hefner. So Aaron Hahn will inbound it to Hefner. Hefner takes a screen from Cummins, now looks to drive. It's cut off here by Hensley. Swings it on over to Sophia Murray. Murray puts it on the floor, gives it up to Hahn. Hahn, a nice feed down low inside to Camille Cummins, and Cummins is going to draw the whistle here. That foul going on Madison Hensley, her second, team's fourth. Cummins to the free throw line for two.
You got to give it to her. That was one heck of a find down there. I mean, that gap opened up for that second and a half for that pass to get through, and that was it.
So Cummins will have her first free throw attempt here, and it is good. 41-25 Marietta. Minute 26 left to go in this third quarter. And the second free throw is up and good as well. It's 42-26, 42-25, my apologies, in favor of the Pioneers. It'll be Day Nash here now with it. She looks to drive, goes up for the layup, draws the whistle. A nice strong take there by Day. That foul's going on Camille Cummins, her third, team's fifth. Day Nash to the line for two. So Nash trying to cut into that deficit here at the free throw line, gets the first one to go. 42-26 Pioneers. And the second free throw is up and off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Aaron Hahn. So it'll be Devin Hefner now guarded closely by Hallie Ignacio. Gives it up in the corner. Now down low inside they go to Camille Cummins. Cummins pump fakes, goes up for the shot. It's blocked by Hensley. Offensive rebound though to Devin Hefner. Swings it over in the corner to Murray. Murray looks to drive, goes up for the layup and draws the whistle. That one going on Michaela Dunkel for her second personal foul penalty situation. Will send Sophia Murray to the free throw line.
There's been more fouls called. Excuse me. There's been more fouls called in this third quarter than there was the entire first half.
And that's for sure, as Murray will head to the line now for two. That first free throw is no good. It will remain 42-26 in favor of the Pioneers. Second free throw no good as well. And off the free throw, it was last off Madison Hensley's fingertips right there, so the ball will remain with the Pioneers. Another extra possession here. Devin Hefner gets set to inbound it. Gives it up to Cummins. And Cummins off the inbound, shuffled her shoes right there, a traveling violation. 53 seconds left to go in the quarter. Mount Union will regain possession. So it'll be Day Nash here with it now for the Purple Raiders. Takes a screen from Madison Hensley. Now Nash picks up her dribble, gives it up to Ignacio. Ignacio tried to feed it down low inside to Dunkel. Bodies go flying to the ground. Dunkel draws the personal. And it's a penalty situation here that'll send Michaela Dunkel to the line for two. Camille Cummins will pick up her fourth personal foul and take a seat, with Hannah Croft checking back into this one. First free throw is up and no good for Dunkel. Score will remain 42-26. Second free throw is up, no good as well. Offensive rebound though to Madison Hensley. Hensley now gives it up to Dunkel, who pump fakes, swings it out to Ignacio. Ignacio now cross court over to Hensley, who steps into a three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound Devin Hefner. Shot clock turned off here for the Pioneers as they push the pace. It's Addie Hill who steps into a three, and it's nothing but net. 45-26 Pioneers. 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. Raiders will likely hold it here for the final shot. It's Day Nash now with it. Picks up her dribble, gives it up now to Hensley. Hensley looks to drive, goes up for the layup, and draws the whistle. This time it's going on Hannah Croft. It's going to be her second penalty situation. Will send Madison Hensley to the line for two.
The transition defense has been very lax from both sides in this game. We've kind of seen a lot of lax plays. Quick threes or quick easies to the block, not stopping the ball. Just not a clean game we've seen tonight.
That's for sure, as Hensley's first free throw is good, makes it 45-27 Marietta. Second free throw is up and good, makes it 45-28. And Marietta is going to hold their substitution. Now Olivia Gribble will indeed check in. It didn't appear as though she was going to check in for the final 5 seconds, but she does now. Raiders come out in a press here. Inbound to Devin Hefner. Hefner now guarded closely here by Day Nash. 2 seconds on the game clock. Fires up the wild three. And that one nearly drops for her, but at the end of 3 quarters, Raiders with a big deficit in this one, trailing 45-28 at the end of 3. BK, what do the Raiders have to do heading into this fourth quarter to really make a miraculous comeback?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say what already hasn't been said at this point. It's been a really tough game for them when it comes down to the physicality and the trenches of it. They're losing the inside battle. They're losing the rebounding battle. They're losing the three-point battle. They're losing the field goal percentage battle. This is just something that's hard to Oh, my corrections, actually. They are winning the field goal percentage battle, but Marietta has 60 shots to their 36. So if a team's almost doubling the shots that you're taking, it is going to be very hard for you to win games, and that has a lot of accustomed to turnovers, offensive rebounds, to anything you can name that's going to give them any more extra possessions than they already have. So, I mean, definitely something that they're going to have to reflect on in practice this coming week, and it's really hard to win a game when the team you're facing has double your shots, almost, or dang near.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's definitely not a winning recipe right there, but we'll see if the Raiders can clean that up here and make a comeback as they find themselves trailing 45-27 at the end of 3. It'll be Purple Raider basketball to start this fourth quarter. It's Day-Day Nash with it. She gives it up to Lily Sweeney on the perimeter. Sweeney now takes a screen from Dunkel, gives it up to Hensley. Hensley tried to feed Dunkel down low inside, but has it taken away by the Pioneers. Raiders continue to struggle with turnovers. It's now their 24th turnover here tonight. As a drive here by Olivia Gribble, she goes up for the layup, gets it to go. It's a 20-point Marietta lead.
Right back where she left off.
47-27, Gribble now with 10 points in this one. So at the other end, it's Haley Haywood giving it up to Hensley. Hensley now gives up Dunkel. Thought about the shot, now steps into a deep 2. That's no good. Rebound, Aaron Hahn. Now in transition, it's Hannah Schill feeding it down low inside to Hannah Croft, but great recovery there by Haley Haywood. Swats that one out of bounds. Will remain Marietta basketball as Bailey shuts on Audrey Livesay check back in for Mount Union. Pioneers will inbound it here. As it's now Grake. Gives it up to Croft, my apologies. Croft's 3 is no good. Another offensive rebound, though, for the Pioneers. It's Hannah Schill now feeds it down low inside to Croft. Croft goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound, Lily Sweeney. Sweeney pushes the pace here for the Raiders, now gives it up to Livesay. Livesay now swings it over to Bailey Schutza. Schutza takes a screen, now crosses over, goes to the rim, will draw the whistle. A nice strong take there by the freshman guard. She's heading to the free throw line for 2. So Bailey Schutza head to the line now for 2. 2 quick fouls in that first half really has limited Schutza here tonight. But she gets her first point in this one, makes it 47-28. Second free throw upcoming now for Schutza. And that one gets the friendly bounce off the rim and in. 47-29 Marietta. It'll be Grake now giving it up to Hannah Schill. Schill takes a screen from Croft. Now swings it over to Aaron Hahn. Hahn down low inside, goes to Croft. Croft goes up for the layup, and a whistle, and it's a traveling violation, so the basket is waved off. Ball heading back here to the Purple Raiders. So it'll be Bailey Schutza walking it up the floor here. He gives it up to Haley Haywood. Haywood will take a screen from Madison Hensley, now swing it over to Livesay. Livesay around the perimeter, goes to Lily Sweeney. Sweeney feeds it down low inside to Livesay, whose pass is tipped and taken away by the Pioneers. It's Marietta here coming the other way. It's Schill who steps into a transition 3. It's no good. Hensley will let that ball go out of bounds. It'll be Purple Raider basketball. .756 left to go here in this fourth and final quarter. We have a whistle. And not sure what the stoppage in play was there.
Sound like the shot clock never reset.
Could very well be, as now they will resume play here with 7:52 left to go here. It's Bailey Schutza. Nearly has it taken away by Aaron Hahn. Now gives it up to Madison Hensley. Hensley tried to feed Audrey Livesay, my apologies, down low in the post, but has that one taken away. So the Pioneers looking to add on to their lead here. It's Grake who looks to drive, and it's a whistle and a traveling violation. Another turnover here in this one as Emma Cannon and Allie Hudick check back in for the Raiders. As Mackenzie Wilson will check back in for Marietta, as will Madison Cecil. The two teams combined here tonight, Mount Union and Marietta, have combined for 38 turnovers in this one, 26 for the Purple Raiders, 12 for the Pioneers. So Hudick gives it up to Schutza. Schutza now gives it up to Audrey Livesay. Livesay now swings it over to Emma Cannon. Cannon over to Haley Haywood, who steps into a wide open three. That's no good. Offensive rebound, though, to Schutza. Schutza tried to go up for the putback, but draws the whistle before she's able to do so. Foul's going on Madison Cecil, and it will remain Purple Raider basketball here. Substitutions here once more for the Pioneers. Devin Hefner will check back in, as will Paige Tolson, and lastly Kelly Levering. Inbound here to Emma Cannon. As Cannon now hands it off to Hudick. Hudick now up top to Haley Haywood. Haywood takes a screen from Livesay, now looks to drive, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound Devin Hefner. Haywood kept the possession alive, however, comes away with the steal, gives it up to Hudick, who misses the layup. Hudick follows her own miss, goes up for the shot, and draws the whistle, and will head to the line for two.
Really good defensive play in transition. Just you can't miss that gimme.
It's just been one of those nights here, as a timeout will be called here on the floor with 6:47 left to go in this fourth quarter. Pioneers on top, 47-29.
You know, if we're talking in logistics, Mount Union should be just fine. You're looking at this game on paper, but I mean, looking at percentages, and then you get down to how many shots versus they've taken versus how many Marietta's taken, and you gotta scratch your head. I mean, 65 to 39 shots. Mount Union has, I believe, 26 turnovers to Marietta's 12. And you're not offensive rebounding. You're not giving yourself the ingredients to win the game.
That's for sure, as Allie Hudick, her first free throw is up and off the back of the rim, no good. So Hudick will get set here for her second free throw. And that one is good, so splits the pair there. It's 47-30. Hudick now with 6 points in this one. Pioneers will have a substitution here, as number 2, Haley Ross, will see her first action here tonight. As Devin Hefner will be guarded closely here in the backcourt by Emma Cannon. A whistle, and Emma Cannon is going to be called for the personal. Her second, team's first. So Marietta will have it side out of bounds. Devin Hefner now with it. Hefner gives it up to Wilson. Wilson hands it off to Tolson. Tolson now puts it on the floor, looks to drive here on Schutza. Picks up her dribble, gives it up to Wilson. Wilson can't get it to go. Hudick grabs the miss. Raiders push the pace here now as Emma Cannon with it. Slows things down, gives it up to Livesay. Back over to Hudick, who steps into a fadeaway. It's no good. Offensive rebound, though, to Emma Cannon, whose put back is good. Makes it 47-32. So 6:01 left to go here in this one. Raiders come out here with the press. Marietta is able to break it here. As up top, it's Haley Ross now with it. She'll give it up to Hefner. Hefner looks to drive and draws the whistle here. So that foul is going on Allie Hudick. It'll be her first, team second. Sierra Schlosser checks back in now for the Purple Raiders. So inbound here to Wilson. Now over to Levering. Down low inside they go to Wilson once more. Hands it off to Ross, who steps in to a mid-range. Can't get it to go. A whistle here. We got an over-the-back foul going on the Pioneers.
That's a really good call. That's a really, really good call. Because although that she didn't technically go over her back, she went straight up. If you're getting boxed out in the terms, that's the rule. If you're getting boxed out and you even go up at all to reach over top of them, that's the call.
That's for sure. As Kelly Levering got called for the foul right there. Her first, team's fourth. It's Ali Hudick now with it. Tries to get it cross-court over to Schutza, nearly taken away, but the Raiders maintain possession as cross-court once more over to Haley Haywood, who steps into a three. It's no good. Offensive rebound, though. Emma Cannon back-to-back putbacks here for Cannon. Makes it 47-34 with 5:05 left to go here in this one. It's Hefner now swings it out to Tolson. Now to Wilson. Wilson feeds it down low inside to Levering. Back outside they go to Tolson once more. She looks to drive, goes up for the layup, and she draws the whistle here. That foul going on Bailey Schutza for her third personal foul, third team foul of the quarter. That will send Paige Tolson to the line for two. Camille Cummins checks back in for Marietta. Madison Hensley checks back in for the Raiders. Cummins is playing with 4 fouls right now for the Pioneers. First free throw is up and good for Tolson. Makes it 48-34 Marietta. Second free throw is good as well. 15-point Pioneer advantage here with just under 5 minutes to go. It's Madison Hensley now coming the other way with it. Swings it out to Sierra Schlosser. Schlosser pump fakes, goes up for the layup and gets it to go. The Raiders now trailing in this one 49-36. Devin Hefner now here with it. Gives it up on the perimeter to Ross. Ross now back to Tolson, who gives it up to Cummins. Now up top they go to Levering. Around the perimeter they go once more to Haley Ross. Feeds it down low inside, and Camille Cummins gets the layup to go. 51-36, Emma Cannon coming the other way with it here now for the Raiders. Goes up for the layup and gets the friendly bounce off the back of the rim. Emma Cannon, 6 points in this fourth quarter alone. She's up to a team high 8 points now in this one. Makes it 51-38, and a timeout for Susie Vanette as the Raiders trailing by 13 with 4:10 left to go in this one.
I was going to say, because where has she been? All of a sudden, she came out of nowhere. 2 offensive boards, 2 buckets, and then a bucket right there. That could have really been used during their scoring drought when they were stuck at 20 for, 8 minutes of that first half and a little bit into the second. But, hey, life late is still life, and, you're only down 12, 13 points at the moment. This is not an easy comeback, but this is definitely a doable comeback. You can put your foot in the ground, establish that we're going to play good, solid, fundamental basketball from here on out, force turnovers, get easy points, create some hope, and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah, that's a great point right here. As the Raider defense, we'll say what we want about the offensive rebounds and the turnovers here tonight. They still are holding Marietta just 26% shooting from the floor. Not even starting to heat up just a little bit more in this fourth quarter. Still shooting 31%, which is relatively low, but they're starting to heat up now. So definitely, I agree with you. If they cause some turnovers here, keep forcing some misses, it's still anybody's basketball game here with 4:10 left to go in this one.
But from here on out, you got to play sound basketball.
Yep.
You have to hit shots that you are supposed to hit. Your teammate makes a great play, driving the lane, draws 2, dishes you in the corner. You got to hit it. There is no room for marginal error at this point.
That's for sure, as the Raiders will look to continue to build on their momentum here with a full court press out of the timeout. The inbound here to Hannah Schill in the backcourt. She checked back in for the Pioneers with that last stoppage of play, as did Addie Hill. Hands it off on the perimeter now. Tolson now over to Cummins. As Hannah Schill gets it back here now, swings it out to Tolson. Tolson looks to feed Kelly Levering down low. Now back out to Hannah Schill. Schill puts it on the floor, looks to drive, and will draw the whistle here. A foul going on Haley Haywood. It's going to be Haywood's second personal foul, 4th team foul of the quarter. That's definitely something you don't want to see here for the Raiders, as they had Marietta down to about 8 seconds on the shot clock. It's now 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Pioneers.
Not to mention one more foul to the bonus.
That's for sure. Great point there, as Schlosser nearly comes up with the steal for the Raiders, and she does indeed. Great hustle by Sierra Schlosser. She gives it up to Bailey Schutza, and Schutza draws the personal on Paige Tolson and sends Mount Union into the bonus here, as Tolson gets her second personal foul. Penalty situation will send Bailey Schutza to the free throw line for 2.
I want to say a very, very good thing for Mount Union, but they have to be very careful on the other end not to give this right back.
That's for sure. Schutza's first free throw rims around, up and in it goes. It's now 51-39 in favor of the Pioneers. We'll see here if Schutza can hit her second from the free throw line. Too strong off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to the Pioneers. So it'll be Hannah Schill now with it. She takes a screen from Levering, now gives it up on the perimeter. This is now Paige Tolson here with it. Swings it over to Schill. Schill takes a screen from Levering, gives it up to Cummins. Cummins now looks to drive. Cut off on the baseline as she swings that ball back out. It's Schill. Great extra pass out to Tolson, who steps into a 3 and knocks it down. 54-39 Marietta. The Raiders need to get something going here with just 3 minutes left to go in this one. It's Madison Hensley who gives it up to Sierra Schlosser in the high post. Schlosser looks to back down Cummins. She gives it back out to Hensley. Now over up top to Emma Cannon. Cannon gives it back to Hensley here now. Cross court she goes over to Haywood. Back over to Emma Cannon once more. Cannon steps into a 3. It's no good.
Just short.
Rebound will go to Camille Cummins. And whistle, and we'll have a jump ball here. They'll say the possession arrow is in favor of the Pioneers. So 2:36 left to go in this one now. Aaron Hahn checks back in for Marietta. Michaela Dunkel for Mount Union. Olivia Gribble, a late substitution for the Pioneers, as is Day-Day Nash for the Purple Raiders. So the Raiders are running with their starting 5 out on the floor now, as Paige Tolson with it in the backcourt, defended by Day-Day Nash. Draws the double team here from Haley Haywood. Now gives it over to Hannah Schill, who makes a great catch to keep the possession alive. Cummins now gives it up to Tolson. Back over to Schill they go. Schill will swing this over to Hahn, who feeds it down low inside to Cummins. Cummins pump fakes, goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound, they'll say it's a jump ball between Dunkel and Hahn. Possession arrow in favor of the Raiders with 2:14 left to go in this one. Raiders need a quick basket here as Day-Day Nash let this ball roll up the floor. Picks it up, gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon gives it up to Hensley as they swing the ball around the perimeter to Haley Haywood. Haywood now swings it over to Madison Hensley down low inside. Hensley in the double team, goes up for a layup, can't get it to go. Grabs her own miss and now will draw the whistle. Now will send Madison Hensley to the free throw line for 2. So that foul also goes on Camille Cummins, so her night is over with her 5th personal foul. And Mackenzie Wilson will check back in now for Marietta. So Hensley looking to cut into that lead, hits the first free throw, makes it 54-40 Marietta. Hensley looking to join Emma Cannon as the leading scorers tonight for Mount Union with 8 points apiece. That free throw is no good, however. So Marietta will come the other way with it here now, as it's Olivia Gribble who goes up for the layup, can't get it to go. Rebound to Hensley. Hensley will now give it up to Day-Day Nash. The Raiders look to push the pace here as Nash drives coast to coast, goes up for the layup, gets it to go. It's 54-42. Raiders will press here off the made field goal. It's Olivia Gribble. And Marietta will just look to kill some clock here now. 1:29 left to go in this one. The Pioneers holding on to their 12-point advantage. It's Aaron Hahn now. Give it up to Gribble, swings the ball back over to Hannah Schill with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Schill looks to drive, steps out of bounds, however. 1:17 left to go in this one. Raiders still with a little bit of hope here, trailing by 12 in this one. It's Day National walking up the floor for Mount Union. Bumps into Emma Cannon, now gets the ball back here. It's Cannon now on the perimeter. Raiders need to get a quick basket here. Takes a screen from Dunkel. Looks to drive, goes up for the layup. It's short. Rebound to the Pioneers. So under a minute left to go in this one. Mount Union will elect not to foul just yet. We'll see if they do indeed foul. We'll have a substitution timeout coming here for the Pioneers now, as they'll look to get number 12, Mariah Goodard, into the game. So Mariah Goodard, the senior guard from Orrville, Ohio, will check in for the Pioneers. She receives the inbounds pass here. Now gives it up to Olivia Gribble. Raiders still electing not to foul here with 40 seconds left to go. In this one, it's Erin Hahn who goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go. Hahn takes a hard foul after she tries to grab her own miss. Heads to the ground, is able to get up under her own power. Draws the whistle on Day Nash. Nash's second personal foul. 15 foul will send Erin Hahn to the free throw line for 2. So the Raiders, with the loss here tonight, will drop to 6-16 on the season. It'll be their 5th consecutive loss, and they will be back in action on Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. against the Capital Comets. It's 2 free throws, no good there for Hahn. Raiders will come the other way here with it now with 30 seconds left to go in this one. It's Day Nash who gives it up to Haywood. Haywood now gives it up to Michaela Dunkel. Dunkel swings it back out to Haywood once more. Haywood now looks to drive, has it stripped, however. A great defensive play by Goodard, but the possession will remain here with the Raiders. Quick score update from down in Marietta. The men's basketball team on top 62-56 with 5:24 left to go in the second half in that one. As Emma Cannon now off the inbound will step into a 3. It's too strong, no good. Rebound to the Pioneers, and that should be it here as Goodard, with 8 seconds left in this one, will actually look to drive here. Goes up for the layup and gets it to go with 3 seconds left. Mariah Goodard makes it 56-42 Pioneers. A stoppage in play with a second left. It's interesting to see right there the Pioneers going for that last second shot with the result well in hand.
I think she's a senior that they wanted to get, some PT before
sure.
she signs off.
For sure. Great to see Goodard right there with the basket as Day Nash now goes the length of the floor, goes up for the layup, gets it to go as the final buzzer sounds. The Raiders will indeed fall in this one. The final score of 56-44. Brennan, your overall thoughts here on this one tonight?
Well, I genuinely want to say I'm impressed with Mount Union right now. For them to play the game that they played today and still be within almost 10 points reach, it to me is actually very impressive. I think Mount Union did not play their brand of basketball today. Marietta didn't play their brand of basketball either, hence to Mount Union's defense. But, Marietta had a lot more shot attempts in this game, had forced a lot more turnovers, didn't necessarily shoot better, didn't necessarily do a whole lot of things better other than take care of the basketball and offensive rebound. 2 pretty critical things when it comes to scoring points, and I think that Mount Union just didn't have the tenacity in the trenches to pull this one out tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's a tough one here for the Raiders. They shot 31% from the floor, held Marietta to 27% from the floor, but again, the Pioneers, 21 more shot attempts in this one. Definitely a killer here for the Raiders tonight as they gave up 17 offensive rebounds to the Pioneers. Mount Union was led in scoring tonight by Madison Hensley, Day Nash, and Emma Cannon with 8 points each. Olivia Gribble, Erin Hahn, and Paige Tolson each finished with 9 for the Pioneers in the winning effort. Special shout out to Luke Dieter back in the station, 91.1 WRMU, for keeping us on the air all throughout the night. We greatly appreciate your work there, Luke. So for myself, Jacob Atari, and my partner Brennan Kearns, we're signing off here from the MAC, and as always, it's a great day to be a Purple Raider.